This is the training review for Tuesday, the 24th of October 2023. I had a late session. I started late and I was looking at Tesla, of course. Nvidia didn't have a lot of movement, it was just chopping up and down. And I was looking at Tesla. I actually looked for an opportunity at R2 after we failed to continue pushing higher towards BWAP and falling back into the range. I actually wanted to make an entry here with a stop loss at 217.25, and I missed it, and it was a nice move here, back to value. And then I was trying to see, because it's an inside day, so I was expecting some chop. I was expecting some brackets, and this looked to be the bottom of the bracket here. We tested yesterday's value though, so on this hammer it could have been a nice entry, but I waited, and once we approached R3, this was a nice rejection. So I pulled the trigger, but I should have pulled the trigger closer to this. That could have been a nice entry. Instead, I made an entry on the pullback here. So of course I got stopped out for 1 hour, and then we closed on a doji though. And once we reacted R3 again, I realized that I just got wicked out after making a messy entry. So I pulled the trigger here on this rejection, and it was a beautiful entry. It was a perfect ace setup. You can see that we closed on a hammer on both the 5 minutes and the 2 minutes. The bid was pack with stacks. So it was a perfect opportunity, and I messed it up by getting out of break even, because we had a hammer on the 5 minute and the reaction of the 20 moving average. So I was a bit worried. We also got some volume on this engulfing candle, so I was afraid it wanted to go to R4, which you can see on my notes. So I was afraid we will go to the top of the range for the day and just stop out again for a max loss. So I got out of break even, and then as you can see, actually we became weaker again and hit my target at 216.90 and then 216 and so on and so on. So it was a good trade towards the close that could have been, but I messed up with my trade management, and today unfortunately I took too much of a impulse trade, but everything was fine. It's just that first trade is I'm not very proud of it. I had a good pre-market analysis. I respected my stop losses and made a re-entry after loss. So I recognize my mistake on the first trade, so that's a good thing. I didn't meet the goal. I only executed 50% of the trades, so resulted minus 1.9 actually. So small loss, 50% execution, it's alright. 2 trades, 1 and 1, that's fine. And because we didn't respect rules, resulted in negative. This was a traverse. But, oh no. Today was a traverse. We didn't execute. We did another traverse, but this time we had the signal. We had a bearish level 2. We'll get out a break even. So 0.1. And that's what it is. I should have stuck to that trade. Yes. Was a break even and 0.1 pretty much. So I'm not too proud of that trade. The first one, but it's because I could smell the price action. I was able to tell that we were actually going to head down. Everything was, the how was set, but I didn't really execute the when correctly. So I was just waiting for that signal. I should have waited for that signal to do it. But anyways, that's Tesla. It seems like we only had a bit of a reversal yesterday, and today we sold off again on the daily chart, which still we seem like we want to continue down despite creating value higher. But the hammer doesn't really look very nice for tomorrow, so we might sell off. But yeah, that's it for my trend review today. I almost had it in the bag, but I guess because of my previous loss, my nerves got the best out of me, and I got out of this trade. Even though it looks solid, this was more of a test candle, I suppose, before the drop back into range, and it could have been a nice profit trade to make up my loss. But small loss, so not that big of a deal.